Hey guys, welcome to another three count with Gino. It's going to be a double shot. We're going to be doing previews. Hiya! There we go. There's Tony. Hug me! Kind of ironic because we're going to be doing my predictions for AEW's Forbidden Door in London, as well as that's Tony can say. She does not like AEW apparently, as well as my predictions for WWE Heatwave. Tony, what do you think of WWE? She likes WWE. Yeah, so this is the celebrity of the show. We got Tawny, the doggy, Mikey, the most likes her more than most people. Besides me, of course. Pay attention to me. Yeah, guys. Um, ironically, I'll be doing this breakdown on my dad's 76th birthday. My dad was the reason I got hooked in wrestling, and this one's for you, Puff. Let's break this shit down and let's get going. Bye, Tots. Okay. So I don't know what order we're gonna be going into, but yep. I'm gonna say we're gonna get Nigel McGuinness versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship to kick off the entire show. And I think we're gonna have a Daniel Garcia hero turn here because he's cornering Nigel McGuinness. And also good for Nigel. This dude 5, 6 years ago was not supposed to be wrestling anymore. Um I'm always been a Nigel McGuinness fan. I think WWE completely fucked up by not allowing this guy to actually be given any sort of a chance whatsoever. Nigel McGuinness is arguably one, or I don't know if he is anymore, because he's gotten old and he hasn't done it very much. He's a very, very good announcer who unfortunately lost his favorite woman wrestler because she's now Blair Monroe down, or sorry, Blake Monroe down in WWE. But he's a very great commentator. He's like the Booker T-esque, but a little bit better. He was Desmond Wolf, if you guys remember back in TNA run. Um, WWE signed him. He was a commentator for a little bit. Never, ever, ever gave him a chance to wrestle. AEW's done it a few times. He's knocked out of the park, like I said. But Zack Sabre Jr. is arguably one of the best in the world, in my personal opinion. Um, we're at a different location, by the way, today, guys. Sorry, guys, that's mom in the background there. Um, yeah, like I said, it's dad's birthday today, so yeah. Uh, I just don't see NWA, the what's it called New Japan Wrestling taking one of the biggest belts in the world off a guy that wrestles maybe 3, 4 times every year and a half, over a guy who's arguably their biggest star, one of the best wrestlers on the planet itself. Um, that was kind of an easy prediction because I have no idea what way this card's going. I think there's a few matches on here that are going to be easy predictions. Um, so Zack Sabre Jr. is going to beat Nigel McGuinness. Daniel Garcia is going to turn heel. We're going to have a Nigel McGuinness Daniel Garcia program, which I think Daniel Garcia should win. Following that, I'm going to say we're probably going to have the reunion match of the ENC Connection, aka Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, aka Edge and Christian, aka the Rated R Superstar and Captain Charisma, whatever you want to call them. The guys that were portrayed as brothers when they first broke into WWE and are arguably one of the greatest tag teams in the history of wrestling, versus the Matriarchy, Kick Sabian and Kill Switch, aka Luchasaurus. Also, on a personal note, congratulations to Luchasaurus for getting back after he's gone for almost a year due to an illness that took out Bray Wyatt, unfortunately. Good for this guy to battle his way back, and he looks even more shredded than he's ever looked before. He threw two very awkward, stiff-looking choke slams on Edge and Christian. This one's predictable for me. Edge and Kiss. This one's easy. Edge and Christian just got reunited. Dear God, it's gonna be a long pay-per-view. I just realized it's 9 matches long, and AEW likes to go at least 40 minutes long in each pay-per-view match. Um, that being said, this is just another easy prediction for me. Edge and Christian win. Sorry, Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, aka the Rated R Superstar and Captain Charisma, aka Christian and Edge, whatever you want to call them. Rated Dark Hope, whatever the hell AEW calls him. And this is my prediction. Now we're gonna have our first of the women's matches here, I believe. We're gonna have Mercedes Monet versus Alex Wonder versus Prespone versus Bozilla. Bozilla's a monster. If you guys have never seen, that guy's never seen this girl wrestle. She's a second generation superstar. Her dad is a legendary German wrestler. I'll get talking. My brother's here, guys. Like I said, it's my dad's birthday. I Yeah, it's in mom's room. Yeah, this is like I said, it's a special one. It's dad's birthday. I'm gonna be doing this. Um, Mercedes just won another belt today versus for the Scottish Women's Championship. She now has, I believe it's 10. There's only one person here I think can actually beat her for this belt because they're not going to give it to two people that aren't part of their company. Um, Alex Windsor has a chance and she's very good. And Mercedes tapped up to her on Dynamite right before, but the heels won that match. Athena hit a very crazy O face. If you guys not see that, go back and check it out. Mercedes has creative control, and I don't see her dropping any of her belts anytime soon. Um, I just don't know if she's going to do it. The first two are predictable. I don't want to keep saying it's predictable. Alex Windsor could win the belt. You got Mercedes chase it for a little bit to get it back, but Mercedes having 11 belts or whatever the hell she has, I think it's kind of overkill. It makes it hilarious at the same point. Um, my gut wants to say Mercedes, my heart wants to say Alex Windsor because I think it's a chance. It's also for the AEW TBS Championship. Forgot to mention that, guys. Um, where the hell did that match come from? Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. Um, like I said, Persephone, sorry, and Bozilla, they're gonna have good showings. They're not winning the belt. Alex Winter's an incredible pro wrestler. Her husband is Will Ospreay. Um, my head and everything thinking logically thinks Mercedes hangs on to the belt because Mercedes doesn't lose. I think she's lost once in AEW, and we'll talk about if she lost her in a little bit. Alex Winter has lost several times since she's debuted now. She even took the pin in that tag match. Um, I don't know if you guys can hear my voice. I'm a little under the weather. Um, I want to say Alex Winter, but I'm thinking Mercedes Monet, so it's 50-50 on this one, but I'm going to go with my brain and my logic in this one. I don't think Mercedes Monet is losing the belt to Alex Winter, unfortunately. Following that, we're going to Kyle Fletcher, who I absolutely love and think is a very, very, very good wrestler, versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Um, so this is Sky Blue's husband, boyfriend, whatever you want to say, versus one of the best wrestlers in Japan. Uh, AEW, not like WWE, they don't let their wrestlers lose to their partners. Um, so that one, I like Kyle Fletcher. I like Takahashi, sorry. Um, as for the TNT Championship, this is another one I think is a little predictable, but I think Kyle Fletcher is going to hang on to this belt for quite a while. It's going to be a very good match. Very, very good match, I think. And this is also taking place on Sunday. Um, Mauricio, however you pronounce his name. Hermo, sorry, I butchered these Japanese names. I'm not very good at them. Very good guy, like I said, very good wrestler. Kyle Fletcher's not losing this belt. Then we got Kazuchika Okada, sorry, versus Swift Strickland. This one would have been harder if the news didn't come out that Swerve Strickland has probably going to be going away for a little while because that ACL injury he's been dealing with has gotten way worse and he's probably going to need surgery. He's been dealing with this injury since 2019. It is now 2025. They're not going to let Okada lose the belt. They're going to disappear off TV for a while. Pretty much their secular continental title, I guess you can say. Although it's not really treated like that. This one's probably another easily. I hate to keep using this word. Predictable. It's a very good match. Probably one of the matches of the year. But Okada's not losing. So we have one, two, three, four championship matches, and not one belt's gonna shake hands because AEW doesn't really do that. Then this one's very, very awkward for me because I don't know who's gonna win this match. I love both Tiny Storm and Athena, and these girls are just so very good. They've been good since they both were in NXT together and in Independence, and then are here in AEW. That's everyone that's ever listened to this podcast knows what I think of Athena. Has been the ROH Women's Champion for 1,000 days. She's on a Roman Reigns style run, longest run I've ever seen a woman have the belt for. I think she's the second ever ROH champion since Tony Khan bought the company. She beat Mercedes Martinez. Couldn't think for a second. For the belt, Camila Todian. Um, Tony Storm is arguably the best character in AEW, but I think that character might have a shelf life. And Tony's better chasing the belt sometimes than actually being champion, although she's had some great runs and great matches as champion. In my opinion, this has the ability to be the match of the year without a shadow of a doubt. Um, my brain is going to say Tony Storm return. My logic and my brain thinks Tony Storm retains. My logic is Athena's going to be a double champion, and then we're going to somehow get a match between Mercedes and Athena with all their belts on the line. The two Mercedes belts are into Athena's, and Athena's going to get the victory to even the series at 1-1, and then we're going to do an all titles for titles match between Athena and Mercedes. That's what I would do if I was Booker. This could be a rubber match idea. I like the crazy thought that Mercedes Athena is going to be going back to WWE in the future, near future. Looks like that's not happening. Vince McMahon fucked that up so bad. Sorry, guys. Um, then we have the Hurt Syndicate, which is Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, his Todian, versus Brodito, which is Brody King and Bandito, versus FTR, which is Cash Wheeler and Dax Hardwood. The only reason I can see this being a three ways is they take the belts off of Hurt Syndicate. I don't know if they're going to because they've had a good, decent run. I think the eruption would be crazy if Brodito won. I don't really know if I want to watch FTR win again, to be honest with you. They had two okay title runs, nothing memorable. This Hurt Business one has not been the greatest either, but it's been good because they just beat everybody up. Um, Brodito is so over right now. Logically, I think it's smart to keep the titles on the Hurt Syndicate and we pin FTR and then give Brodito their one-on-one match, and they win it then. But also logically, I think you could have Brodito pin the Hurt Syndicate. I mean, pin the FTR, and then the Hurt Syndicate say they never beat them, so you get that match. Either way, I think Brody King just needs a title. Bandito's the reigning Ring of Honor champion. It's kind of weird that they're in this feud now once they were against the Don Callis family. AEW is very, very hard for me to follow at times. I don't know. Toddy, come in. Toddy! Can you let her in, Mom? Because you brought her out. Can you ask? Oh, there she is. Be right back, guys. Good girl. All right, guys. So I take a little break there for a sec. Get the dog. Um, uh, I'm gonna say Brodito pins FTR, and then we get Brodito versus the Hurt Business, Hurt Syndicate, whatever the fuck you want to call them. And then we get Hangman Adam Page versus MJF. Um, MJF has that contract, right? Uh, in this one, if Page gets disqualified or counted out, he loses his belt. Due to the fact, if you guys saw this last weekend, MJF tried to light Jay Briscoe on fire, sorry, Mark Briscoe on fire. There's two things that could happen here. This could be an insanely good match, which it's gonna be, Um, I think there's no doubt in my mind this is going to be insanely good match. Two guys are too good for it not to be. Um, I think Hangman Adam Page wins flukily or weirdly, and immediately after the match, MJF Ken's in his contract and beats Hangman. So you have a title change, non-title change at the show, and then MJF releases the belt a while later back to Hangman, or Hangman wins the belt, fights somebody else. MJF comes out right after that match, takes the belt. But I think MJF is going to lose the belt tomorrow due to the fact that Hangman just won it, and they're not going to take the belt off him that quickly again. This dude is so goddamn over that you can't do that. But I think MJF is going to use that belt, that contract in the very, very, very near future. Cody can have cherries. Um, Mom, her mouth is in your bowl. Sorry, guys. Uh, yes, I have a theory here. I think Hangman wins, defends his title again, gets beat down pretty badly, wins. After the match is over, and he's just laying there. MJF comes in, hands him the contract, and beats Hangman in the near future. But I think this is going to be Hangman who walks away from London with the title. So I think I have one title change in this entire card. And then we have our lights out steel cage match as the main event, in my personal opinion. We have the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi both can barely move, so I don't know why they're wrestling. Darby Allin is probably gonna die in this match. Hiroshi Tanahashi, who I don't know if you guys saw Dynamite, but please don't let this guy wrestle. I love him. He's a living legend. He's done everything he can do in wrestling. But if you guys saw him trying to get to the ring, he could barely move and look like he was shitting himself with every step because his knees are so done that he can't run, walk, jog, do anything. Thank God this is his last year in wrestling perfectly because he is beyond finish. Just his body can't let him do it anymore. Um, I think he's gonna do one crazy spot where he's gonna do the high five flow onto the five heels in this match, which are the Death Riders consisting of Claudio Castagnoli and John Moxley, the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson, and Gabe Kidd. For some reason, AEW really likes Gabe Kidd. I don't know how to explain it, but they do. His War Dogs will not be there. Um, I think it's gonna be a very good match. There's gonna be a lot of crazy spots. Also, I don't think Oil Ospreay's gonna be doing a lot of anything because his neck injury is legitimate for those people that thought it was work. He may take a jump or two that's crazy, but I don't think he's doing anything insane that may cost him dearly. And this will be the last time we see Will Ospreay for probably at least a year or two. I want to say the good guys are going to go over solely because this is Will Ospreay's home country and town. But I can also see the bad guys doing something bad and injuring Will Ospreay, and that's how they get the victory. They go after his neck the whole time, and everyone's just trying to protect Will Ospreay's neck. Also, this is a team of banged up. Kenny Omega's got no guts. Ibushi's got a lot of bad knee injuries and neck injuries. Darby Allin's got a suicide wish. Tanahashi is just, I don't know if you guys have seen him, but it's hard to describe everything going on with that guy and Will Ospreay's neck. Nobody in the Death Riders is really carrying any serious injuries whatsoever. I can see them absolutely destroying these guys and going after Ospreay's neck throughout the entire match. My logic and brain thinks that the team of Ospreay goes over, wins, for those of you who don't understand. And my logic is the Death Riders just do everything dastardly and underhanded to win. I'm gonna have to probably think and logically go with the Ospreay's team, but I think the Death Riders and them may win. I know I'm double talking here. This match is gonna be absolutely insane. It's gonna be violent. It's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be nasty. I don't think it's actually gonna be for the weak at heart, as JR used to say. um, I don't know what they do here. Because what if Will Ospreay's team wins? Because all these guys are, besides Darby Allin, they're all gonna probably go away again. Will Ospreay is for sure. Tanahashi is for sure because he's going back to Japan. Ibushi's going to go away again because he does that. Omega, I don't know if he can actually even wrestle very much at all anymore. That's why I don't know. Do you get a one-on-one match between Darby Allin and John Moxley after this is all over with, and they just absolutely obliterate Darby Allin again because he has no friends again besides the Ops? And I don't know. I really don't know. But I'm going to say the Death Riders team wins. Personally, I know they probably want to get that hometown pop by getting Will Ospreay the win, but logically, It makes more sense with the Death Riders and Nick Jackson and Matt Jackson's team to win. So you guys let me know what you think about those in the comments below, and we're gonna go right into Heatwave right now. Which BC is actually going to be going through this weekend, a Heatwave, ironically. Sorry guys. I believe this is NXT pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken. Um, it's an NXT pay-per-view. First match of the night is going to be Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe. I think it's going to be a very good match. WWE is smart because I think Jordan Grace is on her way to the main roster and he can actually make Blake Monroe a threat by beating Jordan Grace. I think Blake Monroe does something dirty in her head because she's that type of person. Maybe breaks a mirror over her head or something, but she's going to beat Jordan Grace. Personal opinion. I've also, like, you guys know my thoughts on Jordan Grace. I've never thought she's been the greatest, so there's that. Hank and Tank versus two members of Dark State. I think those members are going to be Osiris Griffin and Dion Lennox. Personally, I really like this weird thing they have Wes Cutler James. I pretty much off him acting like he's kind of gay with the comments he makes. It's kind of hilarious, but also cringy at the same time. And the reaction of the rest of Dark State to what he does is hilarious. Um, I personally think it's going to be Osiris Griffin and Dion Lennox, and I think they're going to win those belts. I love Hank and Tank as champions, but I think that act's kind of worn out. I also think they can maybe head to the main roster because I don't think they have anything left to do in NXT. So, right away, first match of the paper of the title in NXT, I have a title change. Different than AEW, right? JC Jane versus Masha Slamovich versus Ashley Elegance for the TNA Knockouts Women's Championship. Well, Knockouts is women's, sorry, you idiot. Um, It's going to be a good match for two of these three. I don't think anything at all of Gina Burke, Ashley Islands, whatever you want to call her. I think she's very, very, very bad. My personal opinion. She's been doing this for 12 years, and people like JC Jane and Master Slamovich are well blown by her. Like, it's not even close. She was in WWE for almost 12 years, and she never, ever, ever personally improved, in my personal opinion. I, I think there's a chance that Master might get that belt back, but are they going to go through the JC Jane thing where they keep the belt on her forever like they do with Trick and A? I don't know. I just don't think Ash Bradley can swing the belt because they don't want two belts on her. They barely have one belt on her. She's in a tag team with three women. The other two women are actually very good wrestlers. Um, I think Ash Bradley gets going to get pinned by JC Jane. Following that, we're gonna have Chelsea Green and Ethan Page versus with Elba Fire and Piper Niven. Piper Niven just beat Charlotte today in SmackDown, as in Scotland. So I guess they'll be flying back to the States for Sunday at least. Versus Tyra May Steele, who another one who was on the Let's Fucking Go show, whatever we call it, Legends and Future Greats, as they're calling it. I've seen her a few times. I don't see the hype behind her. Tavion Evans is a beast, and they'll be taking on Chelsea Green and Ethan Page. I think Ethan Page is vastly underrated as a tag team match. Chelsea Green just gets everything she's supposed to do properly. I have a feeling Tavion Heights is going to pin Ethan Page, and it's going to lead to a North American Canadian heavyweight championship match. Ethan Page will beat Tavion Heights then, but they're going to give you a little bit of a tease that Tavion Heights can beat Ethan Page. Following that, number one contenders, Jada Parker, Kelani Jordan, Lola Vice for the women's championship match. Number one contender to the NXT Women's Championship match. Jada Parker's been there. She's done that. I think she's going to be her goodbye match to NXT, personally. Kelani Jordan's got a lot of opportunities. I don't see this being her. She's very good. She's probably going to take the pin. I think the fact that Lola Vice took the pin in the Worlds Collide match, or the Triple Mania match last weekend, may give her the chance. She is so over with the fans right now. And Lola Vice versus JC Jane is a very good match, my personal opinion. Lola Vice has improved so much in the last year and a half, 2 years. Um, I think Lola Vice wins this. Oba Fenny versus Javon Evans. I think this is maybe where Oba drops the belt. And then he goes after. Actually, you know what? I don't see that happening because they keep teasing Oba versus Trick, belt for belt. Um, it'd be smart to put the belt on Javon, and then Oba can go after Trick's belt and win that. But I don't know if Javon. Well, no, Javon is more than ready to carry the title. I don't know logically what they're gonna do. Makes no sense. There's damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't. If they want the belt off Oba, is Oba ready for the main roster? Yes. But is Javon Evans also ready for the main roster? Yes. Um, I don't know. This one actually legitimately has me stumped. I don't know what they're gonna do. I really don't know what they're gonna do. Um, weird. How do we do this? Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck me. God damn it. I personally, I think my gut is saying Javon because I want to be Javon versus Trick Williams for the TNA title. But I also think Mike Santana is going to take the belt off of Trick Williams. I think Oba's ready to go to the main roster, but I also think Javon Evans is ready to go to the main roster. I'm going to go with my gut instinct on this. I think Javon Evans is going to win the belt this weekend, guys. I think Oba Femi will be headed to the main roster. You guys let me know what you think of all the predictions and comments I've made below. Put some comments of your own. And I hope you enjoyed this weekend's wrestling shows. AEW seems like it's going to be an incredible show. It's just a little long, 9 matches. And we know they like to go at least 20 minutes per match, at least, maybe longer for some. NXT's takeover, Heatwave seems incredible. I think it's both going to be very good shows. You pick your poison, or if not, watch both.